Hello everyone, welcome back to Garden Rewards. And I haven't posted for a little bit, because the weather has been quite warm, and also there hasn't been really much to do in the garden. I don't see the point of trying to do videos when there isn't much content to actually do. I've also not been well. I've had a summer cold that I've suffered with for about 2.5 weeks, so I'm just getting back on my feet. And the reason why I'm posting this week is because tomorrow, which is the 14th of July, I will be turning 60. We will be going out for the day. My husband's booked tickets to go to Buckingham Palace and have a look round, and I'm hoping to bring you along with us. I don't know how much I can record actually in Buckingham Palace, because I don't think you actually can, but if we do get to go into the gardens, I'll try and record something, but I'll bring you along with us. And that's why I've got my cake here to show you today. I may do an outfit of the day in the morning, but we're getting up very early, and I'm just wearing something comfortable and casual. But I hope to see you there, and I hope you come along with us. I will be doing a little video at the end. I've repotted my agapanthus and I've put them in pots out the front on the front drive, which we've had newly laid in a previous video. So if you don't want to see the Buckingham Palace bit, just go towards the end of the video and I'll post the agapanthus bit onto there. But see you soon. My outfit of the day, my top was from Next, the trousers were from Monsoon, and the slip-ons were also from Next. We got off the train at Euston Station and we had to walk past the Dominion Theatre, which is in London's West End, and we had to meet our tour guide at the Duke of York statue. Our walk down to Buckingham Palace took us past St James's Palace and Clarence House. Just behind the beautifully kept flower beds is the Queen Victoria Memorial and Buckingham Palace. Having finished our tour inside Buckingham Palace, these are the beautiful grand steps that lead down into Buckingham Palace garden, and this is another view of the terrace, and to the left here, should you wish, you can have afternoon tea on the terrace. This is another view of the garden and the absolutely beautiful lake that's here, and I believe you can actually book a tour of the private garden, which I believe is on the other side of the lake. We are walking down here because there is a gift shop and we did go inside, but this is absolutely stunning. Although there isn't many flowers here, I think there is more on the private tour of the garden, but they have got some hydrangeas which are looking lovely, but it just looks absolutely stunning. And there are also some beautiful mature trees which do give you some welcome shade, especially on a hot day. There are some flower beds, I just wish there was more colour in them, and I think this is an oak leaf hydrangea. And of course the famous balcony and gates of Buckingham Palace, another view of the Queen Victoria Memorial that just sits right outside the palace gates. And this is the view up the Mall, which has witnessed many carriage processions over the years, and this is the front of the Queen Victoria Memorial. The flower beds outside the palace are beautifully kept. Although the grass does look a little dry, we have had a heat wave, and of course the grass does look a little bit crispy, and this is a beautiful front view of the palace and Queen Victoria Memorial. And now it's time to catch the tube back to Euston Station. And a perfect end to a perfect day. So that was my birthday trip to London yesterday, and we had such a lovely day, but we were exhausted when we got home. I had just enough time to blow out my candles last night, and we had a slice of cake, and I just thought I would use today just to reflect on the day at Buckingham Palace. We had a guided tour down the Mall. We stopped off at St James's Palace and also Clarence House, and just took in a couple of sites on the way down to the Victoria Monument outside Buckingham Palace, and then we went round to the side and queued up there, just waited our turn to go in. We couldn't film anything inside, obviously security reasons and everything else, but it was really lovely, very interesting. We had a little headset with a thing we pressed to go in each room, and it told you about each room and all the ornaments. It was really nice. And then we came outside to the Buckingham Palace garden, which was lovely. My only little gripe was there wasn't so many flowers. I think I expected to see more bushes and shrubs with flowers on, a bit like hydrangeas. They did have a couple of nice ones, and I think I did see some heucheras that had been planted in the distance on a bed near the lake. They've got a lovely lake there with a little bridge going over. Obviously we couldn't go over that, and that was on our way out of the tour. You come down the side of the path there and out the gate. But what I did see was lovely. I'm guessing they just like the lovely green lush look, and it's probably easier to keep. If you have rose bushes, there's petals that go everywhere, and obviously it's a working palace. But I think I just expected to see more flowers, and I think I would have done with it being July, that anything that was in bloom would have been there. I did say, as I say, see a couple of hydrangeas, but I think a few more flowers wouldn't have done any harm. And there was a couple of lovely pots at the bottom of the steps where the railings were with flowers in. But on the whole, it was a lovely tour, and we did stop off at the gift shop. So I got a lovely little tote bag here to put my goodies in. And what I did buy was this lovely jar of Balmoral honey, Scottish honey. It actually says Scottish heather honey, and it's gathered from bees off the Balmoral estate. And if you just come in close, you'll be able to see it. And it says the Royal Pantry on the jar. I just think it's lovely, and the logo on the top there, or coat of arms. I just think it looks lovely. So I'd like to do a taste test with that. And also I couldn't resist this lovely Buckingham Palace mint dark chocolate, and it feels very special. And so we're going to open that and have a look. Sometimes it just seems too good to open. We'll have a little look inside. Oh, it smells lovely. And we'll just have a look. And that's just a plain design on the chocolate there. And yeah, it's lovely. Let's take a piece. Nice. I do like dark chocolate, so I love this anyway, and it's mint chocolate as well. I didn't want to open it last night. I wanted to wait till today and just do a video and let you see. So now let's open up the honey. Smells nice. And I haven't got a proper honey dipper. I have got one of these sticks that I've used for toffee apples, so I'm going to dip that in. I only want to taste a little bit, so let's have a little look. It's really thick, isn't it? Let's have a taste. And I will be getting rid of this stick in the bin when I've finished, so I won't be using it again. Really nice. That is really nice. One of the best honeys I've tasted. There's a slight sweetness to it as well. And I know honey is sweet, but it's just a nice, it is really nice. I'm going to use the other end and have another bit. And you can taste it slightly gritty in it. That's really nice. Really, really nice. I'm glad I bought that. And if you were interested, this is £10 a jar in Buckingham Palace. But considering I can spend probably £12 on honey in the supermarket, I didn't think this was too bad. But yeah, that's really, really, really nice. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will put on the end, like I said, when we repotted the agapanthus, I'm going to put that on the end of the video now. But thank you for watching. Have a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. As you can see, I'm going from the snug fit of the white pot into the larger grey pot, Agapanthus do like their roots restricted, so I'm adding in some compost, which I've added some perlite in for extra drainage, and I'm pushing that down around the roots to give them a nice cosy fit, and hopefully it'll be happy with that. I've also added some extra drainage holes at the bottom of the pot. Agapanthus are very heat tolerant, and I think they'll adapt well to this spot out the front. And I just wanted you to see the echinacea at the moment. It's doing extremely well and the bees absolutely love it.